everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to be looking at the top 5 perfumes I would choose if I could only pick 5 to keep for my whole life. But first of all, I'd like to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, Mom Silk. They have very generously gifted me lots of beautiful products from their collection to show you today, and I'm just absolutely over the moon with them. As some of you might know, I love silk products. They're fantastic to help maintain your hair health and your skin health. For example, using silk pillowcases, it really helps your skin to retain the moisture levels, whereas cotton pillowcases can actually absorb a lot of your natural oils as well as your lovely sort of skincare products that you put on at night. And of course, the same goes with your hair. So if you're using lovely hair oils and things like that, a silk pillowcase will really allow your hair to retain the moisture levels, and this results in healthier hair, more moisturized hair essentially. And I swear by silk pillowcases in particular. You may be able to see behind me, I'm going to insert clips in this video to show you better, but I've got some lovely pillows up there with Mum Silk's beautiful pillowcases on them, and I use their pillowcases every single night. I even take them away with me on holiday, which might seem a little bit sort of extra, but they're just really important to me, and I do notice such a big difference when I use them as opposed to using a regular cotton pillowcase. I just want to show you a few of the other items they sent to me. I will leave a discount code on the screen here for you as well, because you can get 15% off at the moment with my codes. So they've sent me these beautiful eye masks here, which I absolutely love for travel. This one here comes with its own silk sort of travel bag. Just a lovely, simple, plain black eye mask there. And I couldn't resist picking this sort of cat one as well. It's so beautiful. It's got a very subtle, like, embroidered detail on there to sort of resemble a cat's face, and it's just so beautiful. All of these come in a wide range of different colours and everything, and I just love them. These ones I find are just the perfect sort of size. They're not too tight for me. They also gifted me these beautiful silk scrunchies, which again I would swear by. These are the only types of things I would really put in my hair, apart from like a claw clasp, but when it comes to anything elastic, it would always be silk, just because it minimises hair breakage. It's just much better for your hair, as opposed to sort of like regular elastic hairbands that you can get. And they just, of course, they look stunning as well. So I just swear by these. I love them. And they've also sent me one of their lovely duvets, which is this one here that I have on my bed just now. I haven't got a cover for it yet, but in a way it's good because it lets you actually see it properly anyway. So all of Mum Silk's duvets are filled with 100% silk, and this is just so luxurious, and it has lots of great properties as well, such as antimicrobial properties. And also, as you can see, I am wearing one of their lovely silk night dresses. So this is kind of like a long silk shirt dress, which you can wear during the day if you would like. You can sort of accessorize it with a belt. For me personally, I love to wear these at night as my nightie. I do have this same one in navy blue, I think it is, and I just loved it so much, so I was so happy when they sent me another one in pink. I just love this colour. It's so pretty. It feels just absolutely beautiful on the skin. It's just so gentle on your skin. It's breathable. It helps your skin retain the moisture levels, as I've mentioned already, but it's just so beautiful, and I love wearing these. I think it'll be so fantastic to have for the summer coming up. A huge thanks to Mum Silk for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. I love their products, and I just love working with them. And with all of that being said, let's get started with today's fragrances. So my top 5 picks for life. Funnily enough, this decision-making process wasn't actually as difficult as I thought it might have been, especially given I have quite a few fragrances in my whole collection. You would think that it would have taken me ages to pick just 5. recently I have really been drawn to the same small pool of fragrances again and again, and they're the fragrances that I keep on my perfume tray. So first up today is a really obvious one. Many of you will know how much I love this fragrance, and that is Mon Guerlain Intense. I just cannot say enough good things about this one. Really, it's beautiful. It is my favourite in the whole Mon Guerlain collection, and to me, this fragrance is a warm, sort of fluffy cloud of sophistication, of femininity. I always struggle to say that word, femininity. It's vanilla, it's lavender, it's woody, it has some muskiness about it. It has a beautiful sort of natural sweetness to it as well, which is really, it's not obviously sweet, but it is definitely sweet in a very natural way, which is something I just love about it. It reminds me of sort of like toasted marshmallows. It reminds me of warming sort of ambery notes as well. I don't know if there's amber in this fragrance, but there's definitely a kind of warm sweetness in here and like a richness and a depth that reminds me of amber notes, woody notes. You have your sandalwood in here. It's just all round a spellbinding fragrance, and I do find that the longer I wear it, the sweeter it becomes, and it has this beautiful sort of evolving nature on the skin. So the way that it smells when you first spray it, it doesn't necessarily stay like that throughout the wear, and it just has this gorgeous development and lots of nuance to it as well. There's lots of subtle nuance to this fragrance that I find it's very sensitive in the way that it's been done, and it's just a masterpiece in my opinion. I love this fragrance. This is one of the few fragrances I have repurchased in my collection, and I would never want to be without this one. So that's Mon Guerlain Intense. Next up today we have another old favourite in my collection. Sorry, some of these bottles are actually a little bit, they've got some dust on them. So another old favourite in my collection, and that is the wonderful YSL Black Opium, and this is just the original fragrance in a limited edition packaging. I think they bring them out every winter for Christmas, maybe, like different designs on the bottles, but it's still just their original sort of fragrance. This is another one I've repurchased actually, and I just absolutely love this fragrance. Oh, it's so delicious. It's so Moorish with that vanilla and coffee. But to me, there's actually more going on to this fragrance than meets the eye. It does have a depth to it. It does have a richness, and I think that kind of comes from the licorice notes that you have in here. I believe there may also be some almondy nuances in this fragrance, and I think there's a little bit of woodiness and maybe patchouli also. But to me, this is actually quite... It's a sweet, sensual, flirtatious, feminine fragrance with a warmth and an alluring quality to it. I just really love it. It's just so delicious. It's almost like... I actually have cravings for this fragrance. I do, because it's so lovely and sweet, but it's balanced to me, and I just can't get enough of it. It's really beautiful. I wear this one a lot. This is one of my most worn fragrances. You may be able to see I'm kind of almost halfway through this bottle already. And one thing I will say though is when I finish this bottle, I will probably purchase one of the other ones, one of the newer versions of it instead of this original one. As much as I love the original, I really enjoy, you know, what's it called? Black Opium Extreme. Not the newest one, not the Le Parfum one. I didn't really love that one too much actually. I prefer the Extreme, so it's like the one with the full glitter, like the glitter cap. I think it's got more patchouli in it or something, but I think I prefer that one over the original because it has a bit more patchouli in there just to balance the sweetness. It's not as obviously sweet as this one is, and I find it to be a bit more sort of sophisticated, a bit more grown up from that point of view, and it has more of like a kind of drier, richer coffee notes in there that's a bit more prominent in the Extreme version, which again I prefer over the original. So I would probably buy Black Opium Extreme when I run out of this, and that would be my preference, you know, between the original and that one. I would say my favourite is Black Opium Extreme. So when I run out of this is a 50ml, I'll probably be buying like the 90ml, like the biggest size, or I don't know if they have a size bigger than that, maybe, do they have it in like 150ml or something? But I'll be buying a big bottle of the Black Opium Extreme, most likely. But anyway, having said that, I just love Black Opium. I've loved it for years. It's so easy to wear. It's so feminine. It's just a delight to smell. You know, it's just one of those feel-good fragrances. I can't get enough of it. I just love it. So there's that one there. Next today we have the beautiful Alien EDP from Moogler, and I have to say this is my favourite jasmine fragrance of all time. I've never come across another like jasmine heavy fragrance that I've preferred to Alien. I find that this is just sort of like the epitome of what a jasmine scent can be. It's got that beautiful sort of raw indolic jasmine-y notes in there. With the warmth from the amber, you've got this sort of like sweetness, this natural kind of sweetness in the fragrance. I just absolutely love this one, and it's so distinctive and recognisable as well as being Alien, and I just love that about it. I find that there's a slight soapiness to this scent as well, so it's almost like slightly, the jasmine in here is slightly clean, which I find perfectly complements the deeper, warmer notes of amber in this fragrance. It's just beautiful, very feminine, very long lasting, and I really love this one. So that is Alien from Moogler, a beautiful, feminine and unusual fragrance. Next up today we have Narciso Poudre. This is an old favourite in my collection. I've talked about it a lot on my channel. It's just, again, it's a very unusual fragrance, very distinctive, very recognisable. Wow, and it's just this heady, musky, powdery, floral, soft, enveloping scent. I really love this one. It's very woody as well. There's definitely a strong woodiness to this. And it's all seamlessly blended, smooth, and just the right amount of sweetness in here for me personally. I believe you have your rose, your jasmine, I think there's maybe, is it orange blossom in here? Woody notes. Musk, of course, very heavy with the musk. And I just absolutely love it. I do think I'm running fairly low on this one actually, so I think I'll probably have to pick up another bottle sometime soon. It's just wonderful. To me, it smells kind of shy almost. There's something just so feminine about this, and it's not really too in your face. It's sort of like a bit more subdued in the mood of it. It evokes a shy kind of nature, a gentle nature, which I just love. I do feel like this one resonates strongly with my personality, and I just love that about it. So that's Narciso Poudre. One thing about this one that is a little bit sort of disappointing, I suppose, is the longevity. And I only really noticed this because I heard other people mentioning this, like in comments and in reviews on Fragrantica and online and things like that. I hadn't really thought of it before because I love the scent regardless, and I hadn't really even thought of it, to be honest. But to be fair, I do think that it lacks some staying power. I mean, it lasts a full day wear, I would say, but the projection of it, it becomes very, very close to the skin fairly quickly. But again, it doesn't really bother me because I almost feel like that reflects the mood of the fragrance anyway. It's not like a loud scent to me. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily matter if it's not got sort of like explosive, strength and lasting power and all of that. It's never bothered me personally, but it's just something to bear in mind if that's something that you look for in fragrances. It's not the strongest one. There's definitely other ones from Narciso Rodriguez that are stronger, that will you'll be able to smell them better and things like that. But again, it doesn't bother me about this one, and I love it regardless. So that one is Narciso Poudre. And last up today, but by no means least, we have the beautiful fragrance Mon Guerlain, the original EDP from Guerlain. Now, this is the one, I was between this one and another fragrance, and I'll mention that one at the end, my honourable mention. I couldn't decide between that one and this one for a while. I'd actually originally selected another perfume to be my 5th choice, but I switched to this one because it is one of my most worn perfumes, more so than the other one. I really love this one. Like I always say, this one's my favourite, the intense version, but I do also love the original. It's just such a versatile scent. You can wear it, it could literally be a signature scent because you can wear it anytime, anywhere. It suits a multitude of different occasions. You could wear it to work because it's, you know, it's professional enough, it's feminine, it's beautiful, it has a kind of polished, put together, clean, polite sort of aura about it. This one to me is more, it's heavier on probably the lavender, the citruses, it's lighter weight than the intense. It has more of a kind of easygoing feeling to it, whereas the intense one is more sensual to me. It's more, yeah, it's more alluring, it has more of a warmth to it. It's got more of a, almost like an ambery nuance in there, whereas, and also the musk. Whereas your original Mon Guerlain, it doesn't have any musk in it, it's more lightweight and easygoing. But yeah, it's just such a perfect everyday, easy reach fragrance that I find really suits my personality. I find it very easy to wear. It's a beautiful smelling fragrance, and I'm going through this one quite quickly, so this is my 100ml and I'm about halfway through, I would say. And it is probably a fragrance I would want to repurchase just because of how often I wear this. It really is one of my go-tos. It's like a staple for me and it's just wonderful. So the main notes to me, it's lavender. You have your opening of citruses. I think it's kind of like an orangey opening you have, which just gives it a really upbeat, uplifting, positive kind of mood, really. You've got your vanilla in here, of course. You have certain spices, I think it's like coumarin or tonka, maybe. I can't remember, but there's something giving it a kind of almost natural, woody, spicy sweetness. And I really love this one. I think it has some licorice as well, perhaps. And I would say this one to me is sweeter than the intense, probably. And just such a wonderful fragrance. Let me know in the comments what you think of this classic. Does it work for you? I think most people do generally like Mon Guerlain. I have heard a few comments from people saying they find it too sweet, or too like powdery. But I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's one of my favourites. So that one is Mon Guerlain, the original EDP from Guerlain. And now I have my honourable mention. I had actually picked this to be in my top 5. I then swapped it with Mon Guerlain, and that one is Narciso Rodriguez for her EDT. Now, I love this perfume. It's gorgeous. It's a very heady, white floral, musky fragrance. You have your orange blossom and your osmanthus and your sort of balmy muskiness in here. It's very heady. It's very strong, this one. And it's very, very seductive, I would say. Very, very feminine indeed. And I love it. And it was really difficult to not have this in my top 5, if you know what I mean. But I think when it came down to it, what I realised was I wear Mon Guerlain every other day, you know what I mean? And I don't wear this one actually that much, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. So as much as I love this one, I don't actually wear it that much. I don't wear it as much as Mon Guerlain, so that's what it came down to, really. But anyway, there we have it. Those are my top 5 fragrances for life. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment below what your top 5 perfume picks would be. I'd really love to hear what all of your favourite fragrances are. And thanks again to Mum Silk for sponsoring this video. My discount code is SAL15. You can get 15% off of their whole website. I will leave everything linked below. Don't forget to check them out. So big thanks to them for sponsoring the video. Thank you again for watching. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again on my next video. Bye!